All right, here we go. Now we're starting.
Because what happens is he doesn't play the music and he's just talking to me and I'm like, oh wait, have we started?
It's not like we're like put on our game face and perform.
Maybe I do.
Well, I told him last time I was on here when he made me get on here in my bathing suit.
Actually, there was not a bathing suit. It was just a robe.
Oh yeah, no. Well, okay.
Well, that one's unreleased.
Oh, okay.
I'm still editing it.
Still inspecting it.
Anyway, go ahead, dear.
Anyways, I told him on that podcast, which I guess hasn't been released yet, that I don't like it. The guest doesn't like it when there's no music. We like the music.
It puts me in the right mindset.
Yeah.
Get you ready so you do like a couple breathing exercises.
No, it just gets me ready to know to say that Daniel's a bitch.
Not even 30 seconds in.
I'm glad we got that in there.
I think, like, even with my podcast, I noticed that
Daniel's a bitch.
I don't even know Daniel, so
He may or may not be a bitch.
I started just jumping into it and introducing the guest instead of like reading out an intro for them and doing the music, and they would just be like, oh, like, you know, it'd take them a minute to settle in.
Yeah, see,
so if
that's
I did
what
the
we're
music
saying.
and read their intro, then they settled in a lot quicker.
Well, I get
Yeah.
it, and a reason I've done that is because I thought that's how you're supposed to do it. But what I've noticed as I listen to other podcasters,
It's all post.
they're just talking, and it's like, okay, well, I can do that too. There's no point in playing the music. But what I've learned here over the past few weeks is I'm not doing my podcast like normal. I guess I'll play the music every time, and then still edit it in later.
Yes.
Continuity, Tim. They want
So
continuity.
that's what we're
It's
going to
like
do.
a light switch. It's like, now I know that I'm being recorded and I shouldn't say certain things.
When do you ever not say certain things?
There's no time.
So the way that this episode has happened is I was having a few beverages last night, and Joseph texts me and says, "Hey, we should call Mike on the show because he's having his surgery today." Those that are listening have been listening know that he's had surgery December 3rd. So that's today. And so I was like, all right, that's a great idea. And we'll get Daniel in here on it. And Joseph's like, okay. And then there's nothing else about it. Like at work, there was no like, hey,
I'll see you tonight.
see you tonight. Nothing like that. So then I'm sitting here and I've turned on TV. I'm watching Task now. And I texted Joseph and I was like, hey, have you heard from Mike? And he's like, no, I haven't heard from him. And I was like, I haven't heard from him either. I texted him a couple times. You know, some of it was like, all right, well, thanks for dying. See you later, or whatever, saying things like that. And then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, and then Joseph's like, well, we'll call him here in a little bit. And I was like, and I was like, hey, are you on your way? And he's like, yes. And I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this tonight. So then I texted Nikki and I said, hey, why don't you come down here so there'll be a little bit, because I just did an episode with Joseph, so I need to do a little bit, have a few other people on here. So I was like, hey, Nikki, you come down here. And she's like, okay. And then I thought about it. I was like, bring Zephyr with you too. And then we'll have the four of us. And she's like, okay. And then I'm like setting everything up. And then Joseph comes in and Eric's here. And I was like, I texted Nikki and I'm like, just you, don't bring Zephyr because Eric's here. So that's how this show formed.
Well, some other aspects to how this show formed. After you said something about having Zephyr on, I went in there and told Zephyr, I was like, hey, do you want to be on a podcast with me? And she was like, I would, but I have to go babysit tonight. I was like, oh, that's okay. Well, then Jack walks in. I was like, Jack, you're not doing anything. Let's do a podcast. And he's like, I would, but
I'm lame.
I don't remember what he said. Oh, he said, I would, but I'm just not very good on there. And I was like, it's okay. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it.
And Nikki's like, don't worry, Jack. Neither is your father. I mean, you heard it here, folks, how the podcast happens. I can't get anybody to come on unless random people show up. And here we are.
I mean,
So
I
if
didn't
you
even
wanna be
go
on
in
the
Eric's
podcast.
house. I just went to his front door and started banging on it. And he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, come on, get your shit together. Let's go.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
And then Roger pulls up as we're leaving.
so tonight we'll call Mike here in a minute and see how he's doing. He probably won't answer because he hasn't answered any texts or anything
He
like
had
that.
surgery today.
Look.
No, but he was warned this morning, bright and early, that we were going to call him tonight.
But also, I've had plenty of surgeries on my feet.
True.
And you know, as soon as I woke up out of the surgery, I felt completely fine and normal. It's the couple days after where everything starts sucking.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
So he should be
Today's
like,
our chance.
yeah, he should be.
Before the anesthesia wears off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He should be he should be very happy right now.
I'm hoping so.
I'll call him up. We'll see how
right,
he's
fuck
doing.
You know, while he's calling him Mike, we should do a live show like on a Friday or Saturday and let people call in.
Yeah. Well,
That'd be fun.
I have a.
Who's gonna fucking call us?
Well, hold,
I'll call.
before you call
Jack will
Mike.
call.
You would be surprised the people that would call.
Before you call Mike, what I was going to tell, well, I wasn't going to tell everybody yet, but I'm going to tell everybody now, is that the Fairview Social Podcast does have a hotline now. And so you can call, and I'll push it more in the new year, but you can call and, you know, like make fun of me or comment about how me and Joseph aren't funny. Somebody did that on YouTube the other day, and it kind of hurt my feelings.
Wait,
So
what happened?
somebody commented and said, you know, the being fat just isn't going to go anywhere. The fat jokes.
And that's perfect. Then don't fucking listen to it.
I know. That's what I thought too. But then, of course, yeah, you're right, because even if it does come out up in his news feed, he can just swipe away.
Yeah.
So
Look, I had somebody comment for my show, which is a paranormal show, that they weren't going to listen anymore because I had Spanish commercials. I'm like, I have no control over what commercials they put in my show.
well, people are just like
And
that.
I said,
Well,
I messaged him back and I said, well, wait until you get where I talk about my husband. Then you really won't
Oh,
like me.
jeez.
If you don't like the Spanish commercials.
I also have been toying with the idea of doing like a live stream, like you said, like on a Friday night or something. But I can't get people to listen like when it's pre-recorded. I don't know how I'm going to get people to listen live.
You'll get a lot more people to listen live.
You think so?
Yeah, if they're bored on a Friday, Saturday night, you get shit else to do.
I mean, maybe we'll
call
try.
They're also looking for the train wreck.
We'll try. Well, it's just
we
a
can
constant.
provide that.
It's a constant train wreck as it is.
Well, it's like NASCAR. They don't come to watch you race; they come to watch you crash.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, there's plenty of that going on around
Hockey.
here. So
They
maybe
come to watch the
fights,
fights.
yeah.
maybe we need to promote one.
went to a fight and hockey broke out. That's what the saying is.
That's right. Okay.
All right, so call Mike. You got his number queued up. Yeah. Frank's protecting us here. He's looming around. All right. All right. We'll see how Mike's doing. He won't answer it.
Is it on the headset?
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's because it just says speaker.
Oh no, put it on.
It won't let me choose anything else.
Bluetooth.
Maybe it's not on there. I don't know.
Is it ringing anything else headset?
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, it should say task scam on it. Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, the one on the headphones.
I told you he wasn't going to answer.
I mean, it says it's connected.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, Mike, we hope that you're doing all right. We hope your surgery went well. I hope that you don't give us bad news after this and don't feel bad that we've been texting and calling you all day.
I haven't texted him because I figured he would text the group to tell us, "Hey, I'm alive."
No, he's not going to do that. So anyway, it's Christmas time now. We've started the trilogy of holiday. Thanksgiving is in the rear view now, and now we can focus on Christmas. There's an episode coming out with me and Joseph that's pretty good about some holiday traditions and memories and stuff like that. And so I told Joseph about Christmas for us, where when we were growing up, Santa came in and just left all of us piles, and that's what we woke up to. And I told him that your family, which is what we do now, wraps everything, and then on Christmas Day, this one's
too much work.
from Dad. This is from Mom. This is from Santa. And Joseph would like to tell you that you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it
in person.
Because I'm not doing it the lazy way.
the Hollis way.
I already went over this with my husband. That was the lazy way. Your parents got halfway done wrapping presents and were tired and didn't want to do anymore, so they went to bed.
They never wrapped any presents.
Well, they wrapped the ones from them the day before.
That's true.
And then they felt like, I don't want to do anymore.
So
That was the lazy way.
Our parents aren't here to defend themselves
I know.
yeah, are you making fun of us because our parents are deceased?
because we're orphans.
Yes.
Because we're orphans. All right, well, let's have a tiebreaker here. What did you do?
Well, because my birthday is on Christmas, it was a little different.
Yeah, you totally get screwed on that.
So in the morning, we also had a family Christmas where everybody drew names, and so you just buy for one person. And then at that Christmas party, they would hand them out, and then everybody opened them at the same time.
See, open them. They were wrapped.
No, we're not talking about gifts from
Talking about from Santa.
specifically
I know.
from Santa.
I'm getting back there.
Okay.
I know we're correcting Nikki, who's jumping the gun.
I'm just saying I had several different Christmases. and
Instantly,
my
I'm
birthday.
fucking right and you're wrong.
So in the morning, they were wrapped, and my parents would hand out gifts that was under the tree. They were all just mixed under the tree.
They were
Some of
wrapped.
them said from Santa. Some of them was from.
They were all wrapped.
I guess we're the outliers.
But am I really lazy? Because I would build all the stuff so that the kids would wake up and everything's already put together for them.
If you're building it, that's different. You're putting in a lot of effort, but it's like there's the element of surprise that they're missing by not being able to like open it. Like, what's in that?
Well,
Instead
also-
of walking out and being like, oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. But I don't know. There's just like
I think part of it for me, and maybe this is because my dad died when I was really young, when I was 14. But some of the memories,
R.I.P. to Eric's dad.
maybe I just cherish these memories because of that. But nothing like even bikes and stuff I ever got were put together. Me and my dad would spend the time doing that, and so that was part of Christmas and part of my birthday was. But my parents were really good because the morning was for Christmas, afternoon was my birthday, and they split the two the same day. But part of the and maybe it's because my parents were lazy and didn't want to put the shit together beforehand. But it was always, we would sit in the kitchen floor for half the day putting together, I don't know, I had a motorcycle one time that was like one of those kids' battery powered vehicles. And
Did you run over Tim with it?
I did not. That was a
that the
bicycle
one?
that we put together.
I guess.
That was a
I
four-wheeler
will
we put
say
together.
there's no wrong way.
No,
to
you're
give
You were
right.
pretty
gifts.
adamant that we were doing it the wrong way.
No, I was just making a point that I think your
Backtracking, the
parents
commenters, all 14 viewers,
No,
are going to
I
attack
think
you now.
Your parents were lazy. I think that's the reason they did what they did.
And we just thought that it was right.
You just thought it was normal.
Well, I can tell you Roger's family
But I
does it the
will
way
say-
that our families do it.
I will say that there's no wrong way to give gifts to your children, loving gifts to your children.
You know what? This year
And I
is the
will say
easiest year
also-
ever for me.
Bikes, you don't wrap, obviously. At the most, you put a bow on them. But smaller things.
No,
wrap.
you're right. As I look back on it now, it's like, yeah, they were probably lazy, but I think that
Also, knowing your mom's personality, I feel like, yeah.
I think where I'm thinking on it is that it was grand to us because it was like, oh, all these gifts are from Santa because we already got all of the stuff from the family.
Yeah.
It was like, but on Christmas morning, it's just like, here's the jackpot right here.
Yeah,
And hey, y'all saved wrapping paper.
that's true.
We talked about a second ago about Eric's birthday being on Christmas, and he does get fucked over.
Yeah.
Probably still to this day. And I also have a December birthday. And Sam has a December birthday. So Caitlin's always like, oh, yeah, he's getting enough for birthday and Christmas. We'll just combine them. No, you do not combine them.
Yeah.
Because Sam's birthday is next Tuesday. And I'm like, this is coming from a July person, a person whose birthday is in July. You get everything is just dead. For us, it's like, oh, it's Christmas.
Yeah. Here's your Christmas and birthday present. Fuck you,
Speaking
you
of-
cheap bastard.
I am doing that to Sam this year, but it's a truck.
Right.
So-
That's a big
present,
one.
yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Speaking of your birthday, what are you doing for your birthday?
I'm probably going to watch the Titans lose.
Okay.
Can I tell you what my intentions were for you since I live on intentions? Like, hey, Joseph,
I mean, I have intentions for my birthday, but he's never going to do it.
Well, no, that's why I was asking.
hold on.
That's exactly why I was asking.
and I've said this in another podcast, like, oh, I had this great idea to do, but I didn't do it because I'm lazy. But hey, listen to what I was going to do and then be happy with
no,
me.
part of the reason
I tried to get him to go last Wednesday to do this.
No, he's going to do it Sunday if you're going to do it Sunday.
Do what?
You're going to go to Royal Range and shoot guns with your
No,
brother.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Okay, well that's
That's
where
what
I was
we're-
going.
that's what we're
we've been
talking about.
All right. Well, what I was talking about is I was going to take your ass to New York and then we go hang out out there.
I did tell Tim like a week ago, you have to do something with Joseph for his birthday. Either go shoot guns or go to New York.
That's a big swing. I also don't have a real ID.
Well, you can still travel without that.
Now you can pay them an extra $18 to go
Starting
through
in
this fucking
February.
machine. Oh, in February. You
There's
can
fees
pay them
starting in February.
$18 and go to this machine now and not have to have the star.
Well, in any case, my intention was that. So here's my gift to you, Joseph. Hey, I was going to get you a trip to New York.
He actually had me looking at flights.
Now you should be like, oh, thank you. What a nice, thoughtful gift.
What a nice, thoughtful, almost gift.
My question is, because you said you go shooting you like to go shooting on Sundays when there's not a game, but if there's a game,
No, I go before the game.
before the game. Okay, so you guys can still go.
Well, there's no game if you're watching the Titans.
I mean, I still watch them.
Yeah, but you can just ask Siri every now and then, like, how bad they're losing.
I'm not going to do that because I don't want to know. I'd rather watch it myself.
So Joseph, tell Tim what time you guys are meeting at Royal Range on Sunday. And I have a $50 gift card for there, so I can pay for all the ammunition.
Okay, we'll go shoot guns then.
Happy birthday, Joseph.
Oh, yeah. Hey, person who I see every day at work, and we are related and see each other probably more than most families do.
But also the only family member you have left.
I mean, we've got family all over the place.
I know, but out of the Hollises.
I mean, why are you forcing us to hang out with each
You're welcome. You're welcome.
other? Anyway.
It's
I think the
something
point is
Joseph,
neither of us ever leave our house.
Yeah, I know. And it's fine like that. I'm
and
okay with
Joseph
that.
has wanted you to go shooting with him for a long time, so
And then we can go.
we're gonna make it happen.
Get on the podcast.
So
do an
news to you,
episode
your
later.
wife and I talk behind your back.
That's fine.
I've got
We did
some
one
advice for
time.
you. I got some advice for you if you go to Royal Range.
Don't be like Eric. He almost got shot because he's stupid.
I fucking did. You didn't know any better either.
I knew to not take the fucking shotgun out of the stall.
I had it pointed toward the fucking ground and pointed towards anybody. My shotgun jammed.
Okay.
I had it pointed toward
Freeman
the
shotgun
ground.
jammed.
I had it pointed toward the ground and turned around to get their help. Because if it jams, you get their help. They take it outside, they bang it on the ground and it shoots, and it's good. These motherfuckers about drew a gun on me.
Oh my god.
I didn't have it pointed towards anybody. It's pointed toward the ground. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Jesus, y'all people are twitchy.
They pulled a gun on him?
No, they almost did.
They said, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers do that, they get shot up in here.
Yeah, but they both have their fucking hands on their guns. I didn't point it at them. It was pointed toward the floor.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean,
stupid.
I
You don't
guess-
point at anything you don't intend to shoot.
Well, I
And I
made
didn't even have my finger on the trigger.
I made a mistake worse than that the first time I went shooting. I had never held a gun before, didn't have a clue what I was doing. I went to a range with some pastors. It was a team building experience at our church. Anyways, we all went and they took me shooting for the first time ever.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Exactly. And so they're teaching me how to hold it and how to shoot it and all this stuff. So I get in position and I got my hands ready to roll and everybody's watching me for my first shot. And so I fired my first shot and then I turned around and I went, I did it! And like waving the gun around.
Royal Range, they would have shot you.
One of the pastors grabbed my wrist and was like, no, Nikki, no! And pointed it back down. That was Myron. He was like, no, Nikki, no!
You can't be playing around with guns.
I had no clue, no background there.
Well,
Yeah, well, I wasn't just going all willy-nilly about it. I pointed it toward the floor and didn't have my finger on the trigger.
He went a little willy-nilly about it.
I did not.
I was there.
well, all right. So I'll take those tips and not do any of those things, but probably do something else stupid. So
It's likely.
But Joseph will be with you, so you just blame it on him.
yeah, that's
Unless
true.
they shoot you.
I am now the patriarch of the Hollis family. Because Tim got shot by the range officers at Royal Range.
That could happen. I wouldn't be surprised. So, are you guys in the Christmas cheer now?
Yeah.
Because
No.
Joseph and I talked about how there's no Christmas cheer in our lives anymore. So,
What? The day, okay, 2 notes here. The day after Thanksgiving, I had told Tim a week before, I got a lot of schoolwork this weekend. I got a paper I got to write. I'm not going to have time to get the Christmas stuff out the weekend of Thanksgiving. And he's like, no, we need to get it out. And then the day after Thanksgiving, I was like, or he said something about we need to get the Christmas stuff out. And I was like, and I was just thinking about my schedule and I was like, well, I guess I could. He's like, no, we need to get it out today. I was like, okay.
Real bad on camera.
So he insisted we get all the Christmas stuff out that day, as soon as Thanksgiving was over. And we
because
did.
when the thought is in our head, we have to do it right then or the world's going to end.
but also, as I get older, and I remember our parents saying this, that time flies when you get older. And it's like, here we are, the 3rd of December, and before we know it, Christmas will be here. So that's probably why a lot of people put all their Christmas stuff out like right after Halloween, because they want to have it sooner.
For more than 3 weeks up.
But what I will say is that day that she's talking about, she went somewhere, or no, she was at work, working at Jets, and I was sitting down here, and I went up to the house to get something, and Jack was like putting the tree together, and so that really made me think. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember a time like our parents were out doing something, and I was waiting for them to put the tree together, and they never did. So I like set it all up, and the whole time I was setting it up, I thought I was going to get in trouble because like we were supposed to do it all together, but it's like we'd waited, and I wanted it to be Christmassy, so I did it. And my mom was so happy that I put it out. And so when I went up there and I saw Jack like putting the tree together, it made me feel like me back, 30 years ago. Or
Yeah. And then I came home from work, and I'll tell you, like, I hung the garland that morning, and I started making the house all Christmassy. And the one thing I cannot stand doing is the Christmas tree, because you got to fluff it. Tim will tell you, you got to fluff it. And I'm like, I don't want to fluff the dang tree. And I'm short and not very strong. So me trying to put the thing together is like a nightmare in itself. So I can't stand doing the tree. And then I came home from work that night, and the tree was all put up. They were putting the finishing touches of the ornaments on, and my heart like melted. I was so happy. I was so proud of them. I was just overjoyed.
you got to fluff a tree.
Well,
And he says there's no Christmas spirit. And it's like, what are you talking about? And then look at this sweater I'm wearing.
Yeah, the Fairview Social Podcast.
Yeah, but it's just like anything else. When you get old enough, you have to create your own traditions and your own fucking Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
And like your parents did for you. So like with y'all having, a grandkid and with another one on the way, you start creating traditions around that. So you get in the Christmas spirit because you're excited for them to.
he's right. He's right.
For
You got to
us-
fluff the tree, but we get real trees now.
But for us, it's not, we don't have kids or anything, and we won't. But for us, it's the night house now. Like the big mansion that we own.
Yeah.
The old mansion that we own, decorating it to share it with the neighborhood and share the pictures with all the people online and stuff. That's what got me in the mood. The Christmas spirit is decorating it because it's so pretty.
Is that meth head still living in the car in the backyard next door?
No, they made him clean that up. He's actually living in the house, so he doesn't get kicked out. I
I think my point is I'm doing those things to try to feel something. I'm saying that I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
It's the same reason that me and Joseph casually sit there and watch them lower our grandfather's body into the ground with no emotion or feeling, because there's no feeling. And I'm
Y'all need to make a movie, Two Hollises and Their Funeral.
I'm trying to capture. I'm trying to capture the thrill or the miracle of Christmas like that it was when I was a kid, and it's not there.
So speaking of our childhood family, Aunt Mary became a subscriber today.
Yeah, she
She
did.
subscribed?
She did, and she's probably going to be listening to this.
I understand. But you got to remember, she's never known adult us.
I know, but if I'm her, I'm listening to this and thinking, hey, I want to, if you want to know what Tim Hollis and pretty much Joseph Hollis has been doing for the past like 30 years or whatever, here it is. Here's 50 something episodes so far of all the stuff that we've been doing. Now, I told her, I said, it can be foul at times.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah, I told her that because it is.
Did you say
Foul's one way to put it.
Hold on, I need clarification. Did you say the podcast can be foul at times, or Joseph is foul at times?
Well, I think that
Not the only one.
I think that she will hear that and say, "Oh, he must be talking about Joseph."
But can I just say one thing? Thank you, Aunt Mary, for subscribing.
Yes.
She did. She
And
did.
Merry Christmas.
Here's
And
the
Merry
thing.
Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
As we got older, Meemaw got to see who, and that whole side of the family, Dad's side of the family, got to see who we were as adults.
Yeah.
Meemaw has heard me cuss and seen me smoke and seen me do all these things, right or wrong.
She's seen you be awesome.
But Mom's side of the family has no idea what kind of fucked up
They
people
probably
we are.
just see you as the little kids they knew you as before.
Yeah,
exactly.
So to know you now is probably a bit of a shock.
Yes, I would say that she's probably shocked to hear some of the things that she's heard on here. But
She's like, look at those fat bastards.
Now, I will say, while I say foul things, I don't necessarily necessarily say offensive things on here.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The show is foul, but
Because of
it's
my language.
But it's not inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I'm going to tack on a little something extra. Yes, you guys cuss like sailors and you have foul phrases that come out of your mouth and all that stuff. But each one of you at this table, you guys are really great guys.
I only
Like sincerely great guys. I know you're going to make a crack about it and turn it a different way, but I'm just going to say that like you three are really sweet, genuinely wonderful people.
all right. So
You just cuss a lot.
Thank you.
I receive your.
And now you're going to flip it.
I received this, but I do
Thank
want
you for the critique.
but I do want to say that I only cuss when Joseph is around.
Or when you're drinking, because like last
I was going
night,
to say I was
knew you
waiting
were
for her to
drinking.
say no.
Wait. Last night I was at Jets. Was it last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last night I was at Jets, and right off the bat, like 4:00, he's sending me really sassy text messages, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Tim Hollis is drinking.
Okay, so Tim goes through these
And they
phases.
were foul and sassy, and I was like, I'm not even home, and I know he's got a drink in his hand.
So Tim goes through these phases where he doesn't drink for a little while, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then I always know the instant that he starts drinking again.
Because I text him and I what do I say?
Usually there's things I won't repeat.
Yes.
But usually it starts with "fuck you."
Yeah.
and I look at Caitlin and I was like, Tim started drinking.
Yeah.
No, the last time I said that to you, I had not been drinking. I thought I was going to throw a curveball to you because I know that you know that that's usually the.
That's the cue.
But I was waiting for you to say, no, you don't. You don't only cuss when Joseph is around.
No, you cuss all the time.
So that was supposed to be the joke, but it didn't.
Because
I didn't land that joke very
it didn't
good.
go very well.
But thank you for saying all of those nice things, and I agree with you. I'm not going to say nah on that because I know that we are nice
Good.
people and we are
piece of shit, horrible people.
we are good people. We just sometimes you have a mouth on you, but
Aunt Mary,
I
Aunt
listen.
Mary has heard me say cunt.
She's heard you again.
Yep, just now.
So
Because
I listen to other podcasts and some of the raunchiest things you've ever heard. We're not raunchy.
exactly, we don't talk. We're not in here talking about.
Hoochies.
Yeah, I don't want to like.
I was trying to think of
I
it.
think it's called authenticity and just being who we are normally.
Yeah.
And I think those other shows like you're talking about, Tim, they say shit like that just for the shock value.
Yeah, no,
just
you're
so
right.
they have a sound bite that'll get 1 million views on YouTube. Especially these comedian podcasts, which are a dime a dozen now.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen the Dirty Socks podcast?
No, but I know
Those guys are so foul.
But
For the purpose of being foul and
But
saying
it does go
things that
back
are-
to what we were talking about on the Thanksgiving stuff. Going to Meemaw's versus going to Grand's is like Grand's is the prim and proper, which would include Aunt Mary, and I'm like, the prim and proper side of the family has had a window into how we actually to the real us.
Yeah, well, she's probably thinking like, well, they're probably like this because they don't have their parents to guide them in.
No.
I think I'm like this because of who our father is.
I don't know, maybe. No, it's the people that we're around.
Yeah, good old country boys getting in trouble in the woods, running each other over. And
Yeah, but we don't do like knock on wood.
He's like, yeah, but we don't do. Oh yeah,
You
we
were
did all those
formed
things.
from those things.
Knock on wood. I've never been in any kind of trouble or done
Right.
anything
Neither have I.
like
You
that.
Hung out with Clay. I mean, like you picked some things up along the way from the people you were around.
Yeah, and
Some of that from your father.
We
some
never
of that from
did
your mother.
anything that would hurt anybody else.
We never
No, I'm
did
just saying
anything
that's where the
illegal that we got
language-
caught for.
but the language that
But
you
it
got
was
caught
also
for.
never anything that hurt anybody else.
I mean, shooting Roman candles out of a van at the cars behind you could be bad.
Throwing bowling balls at mailboxes and things.
That could be a little illegal.
But look,
that
that's being young doing
Setting a
dumb
dumpster on fire.
Correct. And we're talking about being dumb is when we did all that kind of, or being young is when we did all that dumb shit. And I'm about to give this truck to Sam, and I'm worried to death about what he's going to do with it.
Yeah, he's going to be in
I
the
know
parking lot
I know
peeling
you're
out.
past. It ain't going to pill out anywhere. It's not in a hurry to get anywhere. But you're past this. Your children are grown. This is my first one who's getting his driver's license.
Yeah, so Joseph's been out of shape about it, and I remember the feeling, but I told him after a few months it's fine because and also like you can send them to go get you things that you don't feel like going to drive to do, and they'll be happy to do it in the beginning, and then after that they will become very annoyed and not.
I was texting with Virginia the other day, and we're trying to figure out Christmas and when I'm going to have them versus when she's going to have them, and how we're going to get them from point A to point B. And we're having this conversation for like 30 minutes. And then I thought about it for a second. I said, what the fuck are we even talking about? Sam can do all this. He can bring Oliver everywhere he needs to go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go anywhere on
So
Christmas.
is Sam going to be a good driver? Is he a good driver?
Yeah, he's a good driver.
No.
I mean,
In front of you. He has in front of you. He's a good driver.
And I told him my biggest concern is he drives too damn fast.
well,
Red flag
really,
number one.
Really, Joe?
Like, we'll be on the interstate, and I'll look over, and I'm like, you're going 78 miles an hour. Well, you were doing 90.
Exactly.
Don't worry about what I was doing.
Yeah, you got to be a good example.
And I said, my concern
do what
here,
I do. Don't-
my concern here is that you don't even pay attention, and I bring it up to you, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll slow back down. So I'm gonna put a damn camera or something in his truck.
Yeah, you should.
Put a governor on it.
Motive has inspired me.
You should. They got all kinds of dash cams you can get on there, and then just have it linked to your phone, and then it's like looking out and looking at him, just like Motive is.
The first thing Jack did when he got that car was put a dash cam in it.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I mean, all of your children. Well, I don't know if Jack has Jack had a wreck?
No, don't even talk about
So
that.
all your children have wrecked, gotten speeding tickets, going 140 miles an hour in a minivan.
Who told you that lie? I had a whole podcast about that.
Technically, though, Jack's only wreck wasn't his fault. Somebody else hit him.
I'm not saying that any of their wrecks were their fault.
Yeah.
They have been involved in wrecks.
Yeah.
Well, there were faults of Hayden and Eli's for sure. But that's the thing. All that stuff's going to happen. But what will suck, and I don't know if it's you or Virginia that's going to be doing this, but the insurance is going to go sky high.
Yeah.
Well, it's me, but Sam's paying half of it. He gets 2 months before he has 2 months until he has to have a job and be paying half of it.
That's good. That's reasonable.
Yeah, it is. It's expensive though.
And if he doesn't pay half of it, then we'll Freeman Hollis him and tell him he needs to bring that truck right back.
you gonna get a little notebook and put in there every time.
A little
he's-
ledger.
Little green notebook.
a little ledger.
I think they still sell the old receipt books. That
Little
carbon copy.
hardcover.
You just like have it in your pocket
carbon
at all
copy.
times.
I don't know. Virginia thinks that I should just give him the truck and it's his truck and, I pay the insurance. And I will admit, Mom paid my insurance when I was 16.
Yeah, because you were a bitch and didn't have to pay for anything.
You didn't either. I don't want to hear it.
What are you talking about?
When you were 16, you did not pay for insurance on that Corolla.
Oh, I did. I've had to pay for
Who was
everything.
paying for your insurance when you rolled that some bitch?
Mom.
Was she? Did she pay for it afterwards? Because it should have went really sky high.
It was totaled and it was paid for.
Anyway,
I just meant your insurance after that because I'm sure it got really expensive.
But Caitlin is very different. She had to buy her first car, so she's like, "Why are you just giving him a truck?" I don't know, because I was sort of provided a vehicle that kind of drove.
Well, and your dad's done that for all of us.
Yeah.
At some point, your dad has provided all of us with a vehicle.
My mom did that for me. Bought my
Yeah.
I remember that Camaro.
if you're able,
I beat the shit out of.
if you're able to do it, then yes, do it. But what you're doing is absolutely correct. Hey, Sam, you got a couple months, and
You're
go
giving
get a
him
job.
responsibility in it, and I think that's very important and good.
He's worked hard. So we spent 3 days working on this truck, getting it ready for him. My drive out here today was my real first stress test on all the work that we did. But he did most of the work himself. I told him, because when Gene was going to sell that truck, I said, well, how much do you want for it? I would like to buy it from you. And he said, I don't want you to have it because if there's anything wrong with it, I don't want to be held responsible.
Yeah, that's a total gene.
I'm like, well, I'm not going to hold you responsible. I just,
R.I.P. Gene Hall.
you bought this
Yeah,
truck new
R.I.P.
in
Gene.
93. I would like to buy it from you. He's like, well, then you can just have it. I'm like, all right. I've put so much money into this damn truck over the last couple of years to get it up and running.
Well, that's why he didn't want to have responsibility for it. He wasn't stupid.
But I told him, I was like, the reason I want it is because it does need work. But I want Sam to do the work so that when he turns 16 and he gets this truck, he has blood, sweat, and no tears so
Well, and
far. invested
mechanical
into it.
understanding of what he's maneuvering on the road.
Yeah, I mean, he's never done anything on a truck, and he changed the water pump and did
Well, yeah,
the entire
taking-
cooling
That's
system.
amazing.
He's done great.
Those are
Well, yeah,
adult
taking
skills.
ownership.
And I told Caitlin last night because I'm real sad. I'm sad because I love this truck and I don't want to give it to him because I prefer to drive this truck compared to my Ram. I just like it's an old truck and I like it. And I'm like, well, now I don't have anything to work on. And I'm like, I'm looking at things like, what can I buy to replace it? And Caitlin's like, you're not buying something else. So last night I went out in the den and I'm like, working on this truck is the first thing that Sam and I have ever done together where we didn't end up fighting. I had a good time doing it. I enjoyed it, but now it's all fixed. And I need another project for Sam and Oliver and I to do together.
Yeah.
Because it's the only time, I'll be honest, we joke all the time on here about how we think we're terrible fathers and we did a bad job. But this past weekend was the first time I've actually felt like a good father and actually enjoyed doing a project with the kids because I don't have any patience for stuff that I have no interest in. That's on me. That's not
When you was telling me about it, the first thing I asked was like, did Sam have a good time? Did y'all fight?
Oh my gosh.
It was good.
It's funny. So on the Friday after Thanksgiving, we were out there 6 or 7 hours in the garage working on this truck, getting everything done, and we weren't finished. And Sam could see that I had reached the end of my patience. And he fathered me. He was like, Dad, why don't we, we're both getting a little frustrated. Why don't we just,
Oh my God.
we're at a good stopping point. Why don't we just pick this up tomorrow morning? And I'm like, you're afraid I'm about to start yelling at you. And he was like, yes. I'm like, okay, we can finish this.
I don't know about y'all, about Freeman Halls, but I never got that fucking luxury because my dad was like, "What? I would have smashed my finger if you hold the fucking flashlight in the right fucking place." Like, they would take it out on me in a way.
Every time-
even though I knew he didn't mean it.
Every time they've tried to help me with anything I've done on the cars since they've been on this earth, it's turned into just fucking go away.
Yeah, but at the same time, my dad was like, "Oh, this is how you do that," and then he'd be cussing me and then cussing the car and
Yeah.
Go get the Haynes man.
It was a whole
were you gonna say?
ordeal.
Well, I forgot now.
I'm sorry.
Well, I do know one point I was going to make though. I mean, one, I'm really impressed that Sam at 16, like reading the room and handling the change in the stress atmosphere and calming things down. Like, way to go, Sam. That was a really mature thing to
just
do.
didn't want
Even
Dad to yell at
I
him.
know, but the way he
Trauma changes us,
maneuvered the
man.
situation was pretty wisdomous. But also, I will say, it's
that
a
a
word.
word?
It's a word.
Okay, I'm gonna go with it.
If you watch Friends, it's a word.
Include it into my vocabulary.
Okay, wisdomous. Anyways, but as special as that is for you, like to do that project with your kids, I guarantee you it's 10 times more special for them, and they're going to remember it for the rest of their lives, and they're probably going to do so. I think it's worth the investment for you to get another piece of vehicle to work on and project for the kids.
Caitlin, are you listening?
She
No,
never
she's already
listens.
established that she does not.
You're right.
But it's memories that, I mean, it's core memories that they're going to take forever. It's going to be a tradition that they're going to have with their kids because they did that with you. And that was the first time you guys, like, maybe not the first time, but a significant time when you guys have really bonded and not bit each other's heads off a lot.
And for me, it was the biggest project I've done on a car since I was in high school.
Yeah.
And so I'm riding that high. I was successful. I can rebuild anything.
I think you should pull an A-man, and I think you should get an old Z car.
Don't worry, I've already been looking at them.
Speaking of that today, happy birthday, Adrian, if you're listening.
That's true. Happy birthday. And actually, he didn't do anything to that Z car because I bought it from him.
Well, I'm just saying, old Z car would probably be a good project. Cheap and
Well, those older
easy to
cars
work on
like
and
that
stuff.
are more simple than all these newer.
Well, that
vehicles.
truck is easy to work on. I mean,
because it's big enough.
I-
and got room to work. And
if any of your 14 viewers are mechanically inclined, they're going to know that I'm working on a 94 F-150 and they're like, oh, that's the easiest thing in the world to work on. And they are correct. However, I did it.
I would like to say
Good
that we need to get off the 14 thing because we probably got about 16 now. Well, maybe 17 because Aunt Mary's listening.
I'm one of those.
Yeah, Eric's one of them, and everybody that's here is usually the ones.
I listen
that are
to 'em.
listening. So
I'll even listen to this one.
Look,
I know everything that happened.
I went back
Spoilers.
and watched the episode of the three of us, and I actually laughed my ass off.
I thought it was a great episode.
I went back and listened to it, and I texted him, and I'm like, that was rough.
I know. I saw the episode with you and Caitlin, and you were like, I was embarrassed. What are you embarrassed for? It's funny as shit.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
you always know when Justice had too much because he starts leaning in like this. Hold on a second. You know, like he likes to take control of things.
I mean, we killed that bottle in my defense.
Yeah. And a lot of beer.
I've killed several since then too, particularly last night. So, all right, well, good. So I'm glad that Sam's taking to that. He probably enjoys doing that with his father. I agree with Nikki. I think that you should get another something to work on. You don't have to spend a lot. You can find something pretty cheap.
No, I don't want anything expensive.
What's the price range you think you can get something for? 2,000 or 3,000?
I was looking at like maybe $4,000.
How much do you think you put into that truck?
Fun fact, AutoZone reshipped me all the parts that I ordered last week. And so I'm just going to return them.
And it's free.
They sent me the order twice.
Oh,
Well, that'll be nice. So you can get
But
some
altogether,
some seed money for the next project.
I think I've had the truck from Gene for 3 years. I probably put $2,000 or $3,000 into it.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, that's not
Bad at all.
But also, you can always make more money. But how many more memories can you make? You never know because you don't know how many days you have left.
Ouch.
I wasn't specifically saying you.
No, I'm fat, but damn.
I mean,
The Hollises don't stick around for very
That's
long.
not true.
except for Gene.
Except for Gene.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying none of us know how many days we have left, so we don't know how many more memories we can create. So spend the money.
Well, look, the
Make
next
more money
lesson.
later.
The next lesson you can teach Sam is how to change a gas tank in a Ram.
Don't worry. He's about to. This weekend, probably, for my birthday.
Well,
So any of y'all don't know, listeners out there, viewers, Joe can't even put gas in his Ram anymore. It just pours on the ground because of something messed up with the gas tank.
When I left here last Wednesday, I told you I had to stop and get gas.
yeah.
Stopped at Flying J. It just poured out on the ground and wouldn't go in the gas tank anymore.
So how'd you get home?
I got home. I have 12 miles worth of gas left in my Ram that gets 15 miles to a gallon.
Well, that's good. It's empty. So now when you take
It's going to
the
be very
tank
light.
off, it'll
It's going to be
be,
very
There you go.
light.
it'll be
Didn't you say this is a known issue?
It is a known issue.
And
yes.
Ram
And
is not
the only
willing to
the only
fix it?
thing you can do to fix it is get a new gas tank.
And Ram's not willing to do anything?
No, the part that's the part that's messed up in it is a non-serviceable part. So, it is what it is.
Well, now that Halloween and everything's over for you, Eric, with the spooky season over, and
Yeah.
you got Goblin Con,
Gobble gone.
gobble.
Next year at Thanksgiving, GobbleCon.
Do you remember when we were here last time? He said he's not doing it again.
Yeah,
I know
I was
I
going to
did,
say, I
I
saw on the
did.
Facebook that you're doing it for 26.
Because, well, I created something out of nothing, right? With the help of other people, a couple other people at Visit Hopkinsville. And I thought, well, this is my baby, and I want to build it into something bigger and then turn it over to them to run. Also, it's a big learning curve because the director and the assistant director of Visit Hopkinsville have never done anything like this big that we did. And we ended up with almost 800 people buying tickets and coming. So it was a huge success for a first-year convention expo. So Amy at Visit Hopkinsville, the director, she was emailing me questions when I told her I wasn't going to do it. So she asked my opinion on this and that, and I'm like, I can't just kind of throw them out to drown. When they don't, they learned a lot last year with me teaching them how to put a big event like this on. But they, not that they couldn't do it without me. And I'm not saying that because they're awesome women, but I didn't want to throw them out there to drown, like I said. And
Why does it got to be about gender? Why does it got
Are
to
you
be
trying
about,
to say that all they need in life is a man?
Oh no. No, these two women would kick all of our asses. What are you talking about?
So you got that over with. You got.
So we're starting to plan. We're starting to plan for Goblin Con
Yeah,
2026.
I was going to say, so you got it over for 25. You're preparing for 26, and so the night house I saw on the Facebooks that you got it all decorated up. Looks good out there.
Yeah, we got a bunch of events coming up that are selling out left and right, which is awesome, and still renting out for paranormal stuff. We're actually going Saturday to look at another historic location that we may.
I was going to bring it up, but I didn't
wow.
know if it was like secret. So tell us about that. If it's
I haven't really told anybody. They've dropped the price 25%.
you're telling about 17 people.
Yeah,
World premiere.
They've dropped the price like 25% in 6 months, and so we could get it for fairly cheap. But we got to go look at it on Saturday.
How does Roger feel about you putting another house project in his lap?
Well, he's fine with it. I mean, we're married. We have to agree on these things. It didn't just
You know he
happen
loves it.
with me.
He likes to have a project too.
But this house was built in 1880. It's in the historic district of Hopkinsville, and it's one of the last houses in that area that needs renovated. So, but we'll go see what condition it's in and how much money it's going to take us over the next few years to renovate, and then maybe make a.
So what percentage do you think that you might get it if everything checks out when you go over there? Is this like a 50%, or are you just kind of browsing?
Oh no, we're serious about it. If it's in the right condition, the bones are good.
Or are you just a looky-loo?
No. We wouldn't even waste our time if we were just going to look at it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wasting the realtor's time and everything. And actually, when I talked to the realtor, he's showing it to us on Saturday because they have the windows and the doors boarded up so you can't go in. And I don't know why. I think because they had people breaking in and squatting. And so they boarded everything up. And he's like, well, if you're really serious about it, we'll get access to it. And I said, no, you don't understand. We already own the oldest house in the county. And we're looking to save the history of this place. Like, we're not looky-loos. And I actually told him we're not looky-loos. We're serious about buying this place, depending on the condition and the price. So if we could get them to come down probably 10 grand or more on the price they got, then we'd probably snatch it up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. Maybe that's your thing. You just buy old houses.
Well, I also love digging into the history of them. And also, you never know what the hell you're going to find in them. Like under the floorboards, all the stuff that we found at the night house, digging in the ground. And it's crazy. The GPR, having ground penetrating radar coming out to the night house and help us prove that it was part of the Underground Railroad. And we found 2 tunnels that are still intact.
Yeah, this could be an HGTV show for you.
Well, I've already talked to Roger about that because we're working with the Western Kentucky Film Commission to bring movies or TV shows to film at the Night House.
I mean, you can get Roger his dream. He could work with Mike Holmes.
He wants nothing to do with being on TV because
we can't even get him to sit on this podcast.
Yeah. The commissioner for the Western Kentucky Film Commission, she asked about that because she's like, it would be awesome to do a show surrounding y'all fixing up the Night House, but with a paranormal aspect into it too. And I was like, yeah, my husband's not going to go for that. He does not give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about the paranormal, and he wants nothing to do with being on TV. He don't even want me filming videos of him working on shit for the internet. So
he doesn't want to be on the Fairview Social podcast.
Right.
Maybe he's hiding from the police.
How much do you really know about Roger?
News to me after 20 years.
I mean, think about the Robertson family, though. There were so many of them. Most of them were on TV, but there were a few family members who didn't ever want to get on. I mean, you could do a show and not have Roger on it.
You remember the show, The Osbournes?
There's a sister that was never on the show.
And I remember when I read
There's
that.
There's a brother, too. An older brother.
Yeah, another brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it. I mean,
Not everybody's comfortable with it.
I don't like it. But then, like, after the first 2 or 3 episodes, I was like, whatever.
Well, I hate it, too. That's why I got to have the music to get into camera ready.
For me, I just don't care one way or the other. Like, if we could do something like that and it would further our business and make it more successful and get the Night House out there more, then I'm fine with being in front of the camera. Otherwise, I'm not looking to do a TV show,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just for me, for my own ego or whatever purposes of me being fucking famous or recognizable, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
So, an important question.
Okay.
When does your President's podcast begin?
It will begin in January. I'm working on the first episode now, just researching it.
What is this podcast?
Well, if you listen to the Fairview Social podcast, you're obviously not one of the 16 viewers.
17.
I have watched every fucking episode except for the last one. I'm
it
one
was
episode
announced on the
behind.
last one. I listened just this morning, so
It was announced. It was announced on the last one. I'm going to do an episode for all of the presidents, and so what'll be fun about it is, I think Mike might have misunderstood what I was saying because he thought it was going to be like a segment type thing, but it's not. It's going to be, we'll have our normal episodes,
Yeah.
and then we'll pepper in these presidents ones. So like you might be on, hey, Eric, I need you to come over, and we're going to do Abraham Lincoln, and we'll give you some talking points. But what I want to do is I want to list off like a few of the things that everybody knows about, some things that maybe they didn't know about, some things that are
scandalous,
and then like scandalous type things.
It's funny that you say Abraham Lincoln for me because that's probably the one I'm most familiar with. And the weird things that surrounded his presidency and all these, especially the paranormal, supernatural aspects.
No, he's going to give you Harrison.
Yeah,
he was a boring president.
yeah, but yeah, we'll go through them. And what I don't want is I don't want people to be. I don't want like the normal listener to be like, oh, it's a president one, and skip it and go to the next one. It'll be fun.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be like drunk history.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what.
There you go.
I mean, I love I'm into this because I love history. Like Hardcore History is one of my favorite podcasts of all time with Dan Carlin, and I love Hardcore History. Now he's serious and he does a great job, and his are very long and takes years to get through an entire thing.
Well, I do want
drunk history is fun because we can just get drunk.
I do want it to be informative and we all learn something, because think about it. If we start in January and we get to December and we go through 47 presidents, it's like, you learn a lot in that amount of time, so that we're not just rotting our brains by sitting there listening to you use the C word and call Daniel a bitch all the time. But anyway, it'll be fun.
Maybe John Wilkes Booth was a cunt.
That may or may not be true. But
Well, I tell everybody, I do the paranormal for a living, right? So, but 80% of what we do is history. And so that's where it comes from, is the history part of it. And then when we investigate, it's trying to connect to those people who lived in that space.
Yeah.
And to actually connect and talk to those people and ask them questions directly to get them an answer.
yeah.
So I'm a huge history buff. Love it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have a good time doing it, and we'll go through them. There's 52 weeks in the year, 47 presidents, so it'd be nice to have like the normal podcast going and then like a president's episode, pretty much every week with the exception of a few weeks. But I think that it'll be good. We'll have a fun time doing it, and we'll learn something. And it'll be lighthearted and fun, and so that, a normal person won't be like, "Oh, this sucks," and don't want to sit there and listen to it.
Well, you're always going to have those people.
But isn't it amazing though? What's amazing to me about it is like, think of where we started with Washington. Not even the presidents in particular, but just the history, like the time of like what was going on in the world. Like just human evolution in 250 years is crazy. I mean, if you think about even now, just in the past 5 years with like technology and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to kind of put our brains back in like the olden days.
Well, I was amazed a while back that I've connected Thomas Jefferson to the Night House.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I remember you saying that.
Save that
Save
shit
that.
for
Let's
Thomas.
save that.
Yeah, you can be
That's
Thomas
a teaser,
Jefferson.
There
and
were
then you tell
rumors.
us later.
There were
how the connection
rumors.
There were rumors around town when we bought the Night House that Thomas Jefferson had something to do with the Night House, and I found out, I actually proved those rumors to somewhat be true. So through the history, which is kind of cool.
Another thing for 2026, there is one thing on the Fairview Social podcast that I would like to see happen in 2026.
Since you've been on several episodes, I'll let you weigh in on things.
I'm giving you an idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
You and me record an episode in New York in Hayden's apartment.
Okay. It doesn't have to be in his apartment.
It could be in his apartment, but he doesn't have to be there.
No, it's fine if he's there.
Is this gonna be like an
No,
episode?
I'm just kidding.
I only want it unless if it's like a episode of Joe's Apartment. Remember that show from where the cockroaches talk?
Oh, yeah.
Even Mike said in that podcast,
could be
like
possible.
when he was guessing what the announcement was going to be,
Going on
like,
the road.
going on the road, which would be fun. It would be fun.
I just think it'd be.
That could be 2027.
Just going somewhere in Nashville and filming and recording a podcast,
Big
whatever.
deal, yeah.
For us, whatever. Because everybody's like, I want to move to Nashville. Well, we've been here our whole lives and it sucks. So,
well, the thing is like it would be fun to go. Like, you know what? I'm going to go to all the states and do a show in all of the states and talk about
that
the
would be
thing.
awesome.
It would be fun, but the problem with it is it's like the podcast is not making any money to fund.
well, correct. That's why I thought we do it when it's just part of us going to see your son.
Yes, but I would love to do a series like that of just going and picking a spot in a state and whatever it's famous for and going and just taking the show on the road. But the problem with it is like there's no consistency in my shows because sometimes they get a lot of views and some of them get
That's true.
very few. But if
well,
we
you can't control that aspect.
I know, but if you get to the point, if we get to the point where we're like making some real numbers, then yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to do that.
But you're trying to say, hey, what can I do with the podcast because it's making money? This allows me to do that. I'm saying let's find something that we're going to do anyway, and so the podcast isn't financially involved. We just go over there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I have a dream of driving Route 66. There you go.
Yeah, we could do that. Also, while I'm thinking about it, when Mike and I were talking about having the airplane out in the field,
Fucking airplane.
did you see that Mike gave me that airplane? For the listeners here, you can see that this is probably the only airplane we'll
That's
ever
probably better constructed than the one you're talking about buying.
have.
I think you need to have faith. I'm not going to get in this airplane.
I did see the the gas can strapped to the seat with like duct tape or something.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
and that's perfectly fine.
I'm sure it's safe.
Isn't that how it normally is?
I don't, yeah.
I mean, if the Wright brothers didn't have the balls to try something,
That's true.
we wouldn't be able to be in a position where this plane is a
Exactly.
possibility.
You got to take a risk in life, dear.
That's right.
You have to
I mean,
take a
I'm not
risk.
going to take the risk. I'm
Right.
going to watch from the sideline because I'm terrified of
Okay,
flying.
hold on. The Wright brothers took the risk for us to have flight.
Yes.
Y'all are just taking the risk to be fucking idiots because we already have flight. You're not breaking any
We're trying to
ground.
go backwards in technology.
And I guess if you want to get really right down to it, it's Zach that is carrying all the risk. Because
But
like
you
we're
guys
just,
are the financial investors.
I get, yeah. I mean, you could be the financial investor. That's
In the
fine,
risk.
but you know, like me and Mike will be high fiving on the ground, and Justin's watching from a distance because he doesn't want to have anything.
I think
to
you
do
might want to start out with a hang glider first and then work your way up to
Go big or
a
go home.
motorized.
what's
How
wrong
much do
with
they
that?
want for that airplane?
I don't know. Me and Mike were supposed to go.
They want 13 grand for the little truck. What do you call those with the bed?
Oh, the K truck?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Like 12, 13 grand for
K
that.
truck.
So I could imagine what they want for that airplane.
We need to find out.
What is that, like a featherlight or something like that?
It's like just a.
It's somebody's handcrafted in their
it was-
backyard.
I think they call them featherlights, but yeah.
I don't know.
It was
It's-
homemade for sure.
Oh, is it
like-
homemade?
Oh yeah.
It's like sticks in like fabric they got at Walmart and
What could go wrong?
a seat from a lawnmower, a gas can strapped to it. With
But Mike's
like,
right.
duct
He talked
tape.
about that guy who that flies around with a
Stiff
little
wind.
propeller on his back with a parachute, and you know what? He's still alive.
A stiff wind, you might be going backwards.
This airplane has an off-on switch, but they just sharpied on and sharpied on off.
This sounds very credible.
But even if we don't,
So professional.
Even if it doesn't get flown, and I know it's dark now because of the season, but like when spring comes and it's light until like 8 or 8:30, imagine the plane just sitting right here, so we can look at it all
You're
the
gonna have
time.
its own camera.
Well, yeah, we can. It'll be like the plane cam. it'll just like pop in.
Put Frank in the seat.
Hold on, because you seem to be into this.
Yeah, she's.
Are
for
you
it.
gonna get in the plane?
No.
No, she's just gonna charge to take photographs of people in the plane.
Oh, that's right. I can do that.
Here.
Yeah. Thanks for the
And then
idea.
Photoshop. Look
It's
at
like we never fly it. It just sits there and be like, it'd be
I
like,
want a goddamn plane.
No, it was never my idea.
$30,000
to buy
lawn
it,
ornament.
but I don't shoot the idea totally down. I mean, it'd be cool to have a plane in our backyard that I will never fly.
the Fairview Social Podcast.
It's not even your backyard. It's somebody
I
else's
know.
property.
If the Fairview Social Podcast gets big and famous, it would be like a landmark that people
we
want to
could
come
put your
out
logo on it.
and get it. Their logo would for sure.
Is it going to
go
be your
on.
20 listener reward to yourself?
It might be, but if we get, me and Mike already decided if it's under $5,000, we will buy it.
Do Eric and I need to stop by since I have to go that way to take him home? Do we need to stop by and go look at?
It's not marked. We already looked.
Yeah,
You'd
you have to talk to the
person.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Everything's on consignment there too. So the guy that runs the place just tells you what the price is. You can't haggle with him or anything. He's some old guy.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not about. Looked at cars before.
I mean, if the guy was like, "Hey, this is $5,000. Hey, I'll give you $3,000." I can't imagine him saying no to that. Who the hell else is going to go over there and try to buy that plane?
Well, if you do, we know a good welder.
Hear me out. If you're going to buy the plane, all right, you're like, oh, the guy's like, yeah, I'll take $3,000 for this plane. How are you going to get it from there to there?
We're going to fly it.
Yeah, they already discussed this on the
We're going to
podcast.
fly it from there. Throw it on a trailer or something. I don't know.
I think you're supposed to like file flight plans and.
Not when it's that low.
No, yeah. They have Zach to answer all these questions.
Yeah, we're gonna fly. We're gonna take it off from those. We'll make a runway out here. And we're gonna
Somebody else's
on
property.
somebody else's property.
fine. All this is just coming together so beautifully. So maybe with the president's podcast, we'll get.
You might want to invest in a parachute too.
That's
Just
probably
Zach
a
needs
good
to
idea.
invest in a
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't flying that thing. I'm too fat for it. That's
Too
like
fat
the
to
only time that being fat is okay is in this scenario right now.
Too fat to fly.
But yeah, so we'll do that. Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll get the plane. We'll have We'll talk about presidents. We'll talk about history. We'll continue to call Daniel a bitch, I guess. Joseph will continue to use the C word.
So look, I have an idea. We can get a banner to tow behind the plane as Zach flies it around Fairview to advertise the Fairview Social Podcast.
Or
And it
then-
says Daniel is a bitch.
and then
Yes.
it's a tax write-off.
yes,
Then you can have up to $10,000 tax write-off a year for a small business for advertising.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you write the whole plane and everything off and get it for $5,000.
That's a good
you need
idea.
to help us find other ways to save some money.
Right.
We
The
need to
fucking
have a meeting.
You're the Hollis family Geico.
we can do all of this.
I've learned some stuff and things in the past 2 years with the Night House.
But the bottom line is, well, I did want to mention this, that you said, like, we advertised the Fairview Social Podcast, flying it around Fairview. Funny fact, this is the Fairview Social Podcast, and there's usually like 2 listens to each episode that are from Fairview, and it's usually probably you or Nikki.
Yeah, it's us.
Or both of them. That's your
Yeah.
Nobody from Fairview listens to this show. I think that they did at first when we were talking about Fairview, and then they saw this is a little too foul for me. And
Yeah.
because of Joseph.
No, because of you.
It's small town.
So they turn it-
Christian people in this town.
That's fine. That's fine. We can
Susie super
we can
Christian.
do our thing.
And just remember, they just need to remember, I left. They won.
They did. All right. Well,
I got a half a foot in Hopkinsville, so I only live for
I
part
got 2
time.
things to say. One, we're having a hippie themed Christmas, so if you're coming over, dress crazy. And 2, you guys will see each other on Sunday at 10 a.m. at Royal Range for Joseph's birthday. Happy birthday, Joseph.
Yeah, don't get shot.
all right. Happy birthday. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
He hasn't muted me, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Joseph with a
bitch.
mouth wah.
Wow.